Hey everyone, welcome to episode 15 in my monthly series where I review my high yield dividend stock picks designed for passive income from a year ago. So on my YouTube channel, as most of you well know, I have a monthly series called Top 3 Dividend Stock Picks of the Month designed for high income, which I've been doing for over 2 years now. So in that video series, I give you my opinion on which 3 funds I feel are undervalued and a great time to buy in that particular month. So in this video series, I go back to review those stock picks 1 year later to see how they're doing. So doing this holds me accountable for my stock picks and further proves that I am always a complete and honest, open book with you guys, which I know you all appreciate. And honestly, it's also to satisfy my own curiosity. I love going back and checking out how my picks are doing. I know some of you disagree with my stock picks, so this is a way to see what actually happened 1 year later. I mean, I can make mistakes too, and I continue to learn and gain experience in investing just like you. We're all in it together. Don't forget that. So now it's time to review my stock picks for the month of June 2021. I will not only check out the share price, but also the status of the dividend or distribution, which is much more important for us income investors. Was I right? Was I wrong? Let's find out together right now. All right, pick number one, the US stock pick was CLO Global Opportunities Fund. So this is GLO. It's a closed-end fund listed on the New York Stock Exchange. It has mostly global equities, but it's primarily US blue chip stocks. So at the time of the pick, the stock price was $12.14, which would give you a yield of about 10.74. These guys is a closed-end fund that resets their dividend every year, like CLM, like RIV, like OPP, like HGLB. So it's reset every year to 10% of whatever the NAV is. So key points and reasoning. Why was this a pick? Well, the main reason is because this closed-end fund was trading at a 7.61% discount to NAV. And this was June 2021, right? So this is when the markets were fairly recovered and nice and high from the COVID low. So it was very hard. My explanation here is that it's very hard to find funds trading at a discount in a strong bull market. This is also when I started exploring more and more US listed closed-end funds. Like I said earlier, distribution policy reset annually to 10% of NAV, which is high, but not overly aggressive like CLM at 21. Diverse holdings, mostly in the US, a little bit of emerging markets as well. You see the breakdown there on the right. Very consistent and stable stock price in the last 10 years. And I also wrote that CLO is the biggest fund out of the three closed-end funds. So CLO has GLV, GLO, GLQ. GLO is the biggest one in terms of assets, in terms of AUM, but it turns out that GLQ was the one with the best returns, however. So in this one, I just took GLO. And pick number two for the Canadian listed is NXF. So this, I know for sure it was a really, really good idea and a good pickup. So as we know, the CI Energy Giants covered call ETF from CI holds 15 of the biggest global oil and gas producers. So this is energy, it's pure oil and gas producers. And of course, as we know, it's a covered call ETF, and CI do 25% of the portfolio at the money. A covered call. So at the time of the stock pick, it was 463, which would give you a yield of approximately 9.72. Very hard to track the yield and the dividends because it's and your income because it varies every quarter. So this is a quarterly distribution and it varies every quarter. So key points and reasoning, you have the listings of all the big oil, basically the energy companies you really want to own. So my reasoning was, although oil prices recovered since Q1 2020, I think there was more oil price upside, the travel demand with increase of the easing of COVID-19 restrictions. So before COVID-19, this ETF was $6 to $7. Now it's $4, so it hasn't recovered yet. And quality, right? Only the biggest oil and gas producers are in here. And of course, those covered calls, which would give you approximately 10% yield on this ETF. So this one was really a no-brainer. Pick number three was RS. So this is the real estate and e-commerce split fund, which they renamed to just real estate split fund from Middlefield. One of my big six, one of my favorite funds and a big position in my portfolio. So this really holds about 15 to 16 or 17 of the top REITs in North America that is focused a little bit on industrial. There's a lot of industrial in here, or e-commerce. So The annual dividend $1.20 per share. We know that they since increased it to $1.56. So obviously this was a really, really good idea at the time. Stock price May 28th for June in 2021 was 15.18, which would only give you a yield of 7.91, which is actually pretty good for REITs. If you just buy the REITs by themselves, you usually get like 4 or 5% yield, something like that. So that's thanks to the leverage, because this is a split fund. You have the entire, well, this could be old, but I know many of the same REITs are there already, are in there currently, like Smart Centers, RioCan, CT Granite, Dream, Killam Apartment REIT, Chartwell, etc., etc. So this fund at the time of the pick was trading at a 5.36% discount to its NAV. So once again, just like the GLO pick, a nice discount to NAV. Split fund is a closed-end fund, guys. Don't forget. So the NAV and the stock price can, go far apart. The NAV could go higher than the stock price or lower than the stock price. So once the NAV is higher, it means it's at a discount. So this is, in my opinion, it still is the best way to get quality real estate with only one fund. High 7.9% yield, better than all the single REITs. On average, I would say the average is maybe 4 or 5%, maybe less. Yes, there's some REITs that are 9, and like Innovalis and True North, but these are really the quality REITs, the big cap blue chip REITs, basically. Fund uses leverage, no covered calls yet. And I think that's still the case. I interviewed Dean Orico recently. I love that interview. Make sure you check out that interview. We talk about RS in detail. So RS is still not using covered calls, but there is that leverage, or that synthetic leverage, because of that split structure. And yeah, like I say, Middlefield is really a real estate expert. Dean Orico is a real estate expert. He's my go-to for real estate. They manage a similar REIT ETF IDR, which they recently renamed to MREL, which has a lot of the same holdings, but does not use that leverage, or it's not a split fund. So it had about 6% yield. So really, really good real estate focused fund here. This is really my go-to for quality physical real estate in Canada. So how did I do? Let's check out the report card. All right, everyone, it's time to check out the report card for June 2021. I love doing this. And keep in mind that if it's too small or anything, you could download the report card for free on our website, passiveincomeinvesting.ca. Click on free tools and resources, and the report card should be, I think it's the second or third download, something like that. So you'll be able to download it there and see the report card for everything else. So for GLO, right now the price is at $7.94, so it is a substantial decrease. It didn't really surprise me because GLO is very US focused, and right now the US market has really gone down from a year ago. So in June 2021 versus now, the American stock market is really going down. So was it a good pick of the month? I say not really. I don't want to say it was a horrible or bad pick. This fund is still paying out monthly, although that the NAV went down, and right now in 2022 the dividend is also 15% lower because of the 2022 reset. There is still continuous monthly payout. So I wouldn't say this is a horrible pick, but I got to be honest, it wasn't really a good pick. But it's still doing its job. It's still paying, so it's not like it was horrible. So this is, during the time when I was just starting to discover these US closed-end funds, I actually have a lot more knowledge, and I'm still discovering them, because I pretty much, in my opinion, I feel I mastered the Canadian stock market in terms of closed-end funds, ETFs, and the income-oriented stuff. But in the US side, I'm still learning and discovering, and because they have a humongous closed-end fund market. There's like 300 closed-end funds there, so there's a lot to discover. And GLO, GLV, GLQ was just one of the first ones that I discovered, and I thought they were good. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I think they're still going to keep paying out. It's still a dividend payer. It's still designed for a passive income, so not the worst thing in the world. NXF obviously was a really, really, really good pick. I mean, it's $6.91 approximately now. Oil just keeps going up. NXF basically goes where oil prices go. That's how big oil companies work. So this was definitely a phenomenal pick. You're up 49% in terms of stock price, and the dividend, it fluctuates. I just say it remained unchanged with no misses. You can't say if it goes up or down. That's just how it is with the CI covered call ETF. So definitely doing its job. For RS fund, also really, really great pick. Because it was trading at a discount. Right now it's trading at a premium. It's no longer at a discount, and the price about $17. So up 12% on terms of stock price. But the big story here is the dividend increase. I love Middlefield. These guys raised their dividend from 120 to 156, just like their second split fund, ENS, which is Enbridge. I love those two split funds. And once again, I have a nice interview with Rob Lozon, who manages ENS and Enbridge, and Dino Rico, who manages RS. So a double header. One of my favorite interviews that I've done. Make sure to check out that video. So this was a really, really good pick. So on average and all, I guess I give myself a B, right? 2 out of the 3 were really good. One wasn't so good. So a B or a B minus, B plus, whatever you want to call it. So there's the report card. Guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And see you next month for the next report card as well. Thanks for watching, everyone. Really appreciate it. Please show your appreciation by hitting that like button. It's free for you. It takes 2 seconds. It helps the channel grow. It helps get the message out. So it's a win-win. Also, if you like this type of content and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. Hit that little bell button so you're notified of any upcoming videos. You don't want to miss them. And make sure to check out our website, passiveincomeinvesting.ca. That is where you could access a bunch of free tools and resources. You could download my portfolio, my monthly stock pick report card as well. And of course, that is where I offer my digital product that I'm very proud of, the ultimate DIY investing package, which is on version 3 right now. You only have to buy it once. It comes with lifetime updates. My plan is to do an update at least annually. So version 4 is scheduled to be released in Q3 of 2022. So stay tuned. It's going to be a really, really cool update. So this product is really to help you build your own portfolio, no matter what your investing goals are. So it's not just tailored for income investors, but there's also sample portfolios, for example, for growth, for dividend growth, and income as well. So it's a really, really cool product. It's really designed to save you time on research, of all the all the crazy great funds there are out there. There's so many of them, so many ETFs out there. So this product will help you think of it kind of like a reference tool or reference guide to help you build your own portfolio. I also offer a one-on-one coaching session. It's right there on the homepage if ever you need more personal one-on-one touch, where you could ask me all the questions you want and I could assist you best I can. Keep in mind though, this is not a financial advice or financial planning session, because I am not a certified or a registered financial planner. This is just a regular lifestyle coaching session where you could ask me all the questions you want and I give you my opinion based on personal experience. Also, we have a Facebook page, over 11,000 members now. We are very, very strict about letting people in. We try to get rid of the scammers and bots right away. So it's a very, very cool group where everyone is sharing their experiences, asking questions. So make sure to join us there. Passive Income Investing is the Facebook group name. We're also on Instagram. We don't use it much, but we plan on putting more personalized stuff on Instagram. So make sure you follow us if you want a little bit more personal stuff on our everyday life. So once again, the mission of this channel, my mission will always be the same. It's to help ordinary, regular, working people invest on their own. Do-it-yourself investing in order to build your own stream of passive income, to enhance your quality of life and become financially independent, to become financially free. So as usual, stay safe, stay healthy, and of course, stay passive. See you next time.